Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. Now, team of the season is close. It is very, very close, and there is going to be a lot of people trying to grind the game hard, whether it be on the menus or whether it be in gameplay. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you my gameplay 4-2-2 custom tactics. Now, these are the tactics that I'm going to be using all throughout team of the season. Obviously, it's a mixture of fun and obviously try hard, and I think that's really important because you're going to want to try and get the best results you can when it comes to team of the season. If you're interested in watching a stream, we are going to be live on Twitch on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays all throughout team of the season. So make sure you go and follow our Twitch so you get notified when we do go live. But without further ado, moving into our 4-2-2 custom tactics. Now, the 4-2-2 is an insanely good formation. It is one of my go-to formations. I'd probably say it's my favorite formation this year. It's certainly my most used formation this year, and it just has so many good positives, and it's really tricky for anybody to play against. It's kind of a super reliable formation for me. Whenever I go into this formation, it works. It just seems to always drag me through results. You know, there's other formations that are really great and whatnot. This is always the one I seem to fall back on. We all have that one that we fall back on, but these tactics are the tactics that I'm going to be running all throughout team of the season. Now, balanced on the defensive style. Now, I don't like playing on a press. I keep trying. I keep experimenting. I keep trying to find a combination. I just find that playing on a press just does not seem to work for me. I just can't get it to, can't get a good combination. So I just like to stay on balance. I like to make sure I'm in good defensive shape. But obviously, as you can see, we play on 8 depth. So we play really, really high. So we're not, playing defensive, sitting behind the ball. We're just making sure that we're in good shape, making sure that our players aren't being pulled out of position. Because sometimes when you play on a press, press possession or constant pressure, you can pull yourself out. Those things, they have, their place in terms of constant pressure. You lose in, obviously you're going to stick constant pressure on late on in a game, press possession or stuff like that. But I think for me, from minute one, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to give up any cheap goals. 5 minutes into a game, I lose possession and bang, my players press and, I might concede and I'm 1-0 down. I just think it's a very silly way to play. So to start with, playing balanced and 8 depth, 6 on the width, just, kind of standard stuff when it comes to the defensive width. Offensive style, we are playing fast build-up. Now, fast build-up is something for me that I wasn't too keen on at the start of the year. I didn't like it. I think my main problem with fast build-up at the start of the year was I was pairing it with press on possession loss. And I think this sort of combination, this is a very risky combination to play from minute one. You are very much asking for trouble. This sort of combination, last 10-15 minutes of the game, you need a goal. Fair enough, makes sense, But I think from minute one to be playing that aggressive, I just think you're asking for trouble. And this is how I was playing with it at the start of the year. But since I've moved into balanced and fast build-up, I've still managed to be really solid defensively. Not ultra defensive, not impregnable, not impossible to score against, but, a lot more solid. Certainly, I've been conceding a lot less goals. But in terms of chance creation, I've actually been creating a lot more chances with this fast build-up. It seems to suit my style of playing. If you're going to play fast build-up, you have to play fast. You have to try and play quick, one-touch passing. You have to know certain skill moves that are going to be really effective in certain scenarios. You can see some of the gameplay that we've been playing and adding as you guys wanted in the last couple of vids. You can see how a lot of our goals and what our play style is like, and we play a really fast, attacking, fun, skill-based game, and it's super effective, and it works with a formation like this 4-2-2 so well. In terms of the offensive width, we're going to be playing on around about 7. Now, a lot of people might like to play a little bit narrower offensively, because if you're playing this formation, you're going to want to get those left and right cams involved. Now, from my experience, it's really difficult, and it really is very personnel based as to who your cams are, as to whether or not they get involved in the game or not. Now, I'm playing with Henry and Lionel Messi's Player of the Month card as my wired cams, and they're not heavy goal scorers. They don't seem to ever really get into too many goal scoring opportunities, which is quite strange. So even when I've tried to play super narrow, it just doesn't seem to work. So I've decided to go the other way, go a little bit wider, kind of stretch the pitch and make it a little bit, open up some people's defensive. And I think this is really important, because I think a lot of people who come team of the season are going to be playing really, really defensive. So you want to try and open up that defense. And the best way to do that is to have any width in your team offensively, really stretch out your opponent, and it's going to make it really difficult for them to defend, because they're going to have to come and press you, or they're just going to have to basically stand still and just watch you pass the ball around. So eventually they're going to have to come and press you, and that's when that fast build-up works, because now you're going to be able to play those quick 1-2 passes in the space and really open your opponent up. And then players in the box, I play on around about 5 or 6. I don't ever really recommend anybody change this. Free kicks, we always play on 1 because typically I'll shoot from free kicks. And corners, I can't get corners this year. It's the one thing I can't give you any advice on when it comes to corners. I just play on 1 just to kind of stop the counter attack, because I just never ever score from corners. Whether it's a direct corner, short corner routine, just never find anything that works. Now, in terms of the instructions, our goalkeeper, Edwin van der Sar, who is amazing, who is a really, really top goalkeeper, comes for crosses and sweep keeper. Really important that if you have a tall goalkeeper, they're on comes for crosses, because they're just going to be able to command the box. So make sure you do press on that right stick and try and drag them out into maybe the 6-yard box, so it kind of makes up your opponent's mind that he can't cross the ball, because if you've got a tall goalkeeper, he's on comes for crosses, and you pull him out of the way, there's just no way your opponent's going to be able to score unless he gets really, really lucky. In terms of the fullbacks, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Boateng, Otavio, all on stay back while attacking. The 2 fullbacks on conservative interceptions, because I really, really can't afford those guys to be jumping and lunging into tackles. I need those guys to kind of just be real anchored. I need that back 4 to be a really solid, straight anchor, because I can't really afford anyone getting in behind, especially when it comes to team of the season. Everybody's got mental cards. And obviously my team's going to get upgraded as well. Players like Otavio, Boateng going to get upgraded. And we're going to have probably maybe even a better goalkeeper. You really can't afford people getting in behind you, because they're going to have everybody's going to have 99 pace strikers. So you're going to need to have the quickest defenders you can. And you really can't afford these guys to be getting out of position, because you're just going to get crucified, because everybody's going to have 99 pace strikers. So you really do need to make sure your back 4 is all on stay back while attacking. In terms of my 2 DMs, Vidal and Kimmich, I don't play with them as DMs. I play with them on balanced attack, cut passing lanes, cover centre, of course, cover centre. You're never going to play them on cover wing. That's just silly. Cut passing lanes, I just think that man mark doesn't ever really seem to make any difference. I don't ever really notice man mark working. So obviously you want them on cut passing lanes. Obviously the higher the interception stat, again, come team of the season, a lot of these team of the season cards are going to be juiced up. I'm hoping I can get myself a team of the season Leon Goretzka to pair this Kimmich at DM, and they're going to have just mental high interceptions. You know, pair that with cut passing lanes, and they're just going to be really impossible to get past. So make sure you have these guys with good interception stats. But we have them on balanced attack, because I want them to get forward. I do want them to be part of the attack. I don't want to be too defensive. I don't want to have these guys sat on the cut passing lanes and stay back while attacking. For my play style, that's too defensive, and especially when I'm playing fast build up, if I'm on stay back while attacking with these DMs, they're going to come forwards anyway. You know, because they're going to ignore their stay back while attacking, and they're going to come forward because I'm on fast build up. So you may as well have them on balance anyway and have them as part of the attack rather than part of the defense. Messi and Thierry Henry, I've got them on get into the box for crosses. I've been experimenting with that recently, because I've been trying to get them a little bit more involved in the attack, trying to get them a few more goals, because I've been relying heavily on Ronaldo and Cruyff to get all my goals, which is fine. You know, it doesn't really matter, I guess, who scores the goals, but I just want those wide players. Whilst I want them to be a little bit wider and be a bit more of a decoy, the free roam is going to allow them to drift wide, drift on the inside, drift up front, drop deep. It's going to allow them to really drop everywhere. But get into the box means when I'm going to get into the, you know, areas where I need a couple more bodies in the box, especially if people are playing really, really defensive, I'm going to need a couple more bodies in the box. So I'm going to put Henry and I'm going to put Messi in the box to make sure that I've got not just Cruyff and Ronaldo in there. Like if Trent drifts forward, he's not just got Ronaldo and Cruyff. If my opponent's got like 8 defenders, you know, I want to at least have 4 or 5 players in the box, you know, ready to be able to pick up any scraps that fall their way. So having these guys and getting into the box is really, really crucial. Cruyff as my kind of false 9, as we see there. I've got him on stay central, false 9, come back on D. We've explained many times in many videos that that is not so that they come back and be defensive. It's just so they don't lock on to the centre-backs. It's a weird thing in this game where the strikers and the centre-backs seem to be linked whenever you lose possession of the ball for like the first 10 seconds. So it's just to get them off that little glitch that there is in the game. But false 9 because I want my best passer and my most creative striker to be on false 9, just so he can drop a little bit deeper, just so it can be a little bit easier to link the play when Vidal and Kimmich come forwards. If Messi and Henry are drifted out really, really wide, just so Cruyff can drop in, receive the ball off Vidal and Kimmich, and then drive forward. Henry and Messi, you know, using that free roam, they're going to be interlinking. Ronaldo's going to be running in behind, just so it's going to a little bit more unorthodox, a little bit more difficult for my opponent to defend. But Cruyff, even though he's on false 9, he is my top goal scorer. That just shows how important it is to have two amazing strikers up top. And then we've got Cristiano Ronaldo, stay central, getting behind, and obviously the comeback on defense. Same reason as Cruyff. Ronaldo's just there to, he's the quicker striker. He's a bit more meta, I guess you could say, a bit more broken. So you're kind of more meta and broken striker. You want to be running in behind, and you're more kind of like pass-oriented striker. Wants to be the one who drops a little bit deeper in that false 9 role. But that is it for my 4-2-2 custom tactics. This is what I'm going to be rocking all throughout Team of the Season. And I'm probably not going to be changing this too much. If we do change it, I'll let you know in a future update video. But in all likelihood, this is probably the way I'm going to be playing 4-2-2 all throughout Team of the Season. So if you want to use these tactics, do let me know in the comment section how they went for you. I do read those all the time, so make sure you let me know down there. Make sure you join our Discord if you are interested. With Team of the Season coming up, you want any tips on what players to get, what players to keep, you know, how to grind, all that. Make sure you join the Discord. Great place to be. Follow us on Twitch if you are interested in watching us streaming on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays from 6 PM till 8 PM UK time. So make sure you do drop us a follow if you are interested in that. But that is all for today, guys. Have an awesome day. I'm out.